My name is Raymond Robinson. I'm from Cumber and I'm creator at Belfast Zoo. My role at Belfast Zoo is quite a varied one. A lot of people tend to think it just involves animals, and most of it what I do does, but we have a lot of work with staff and with public as well, with contractors coming in. But fundamentally my responsibility is for the care and the welfare of the animals that I've been entrusted with, and that paramount to everything is good animal welfare and ensuring that the animals within our care are well cared for. I know it's an old cliche, but no 2 days are ever quite the same, and that's what I like. And I'm lucky in that I have a job that not only that I love coming into each day, but I feel I am making some sort of difference to conservation, both on a global scale and hopefully, and more importantly, on a more regional and local scale as well. This is a breakfast for our meerkats. These are mealworms, the larvae of flower beetles, and they're not normally this sort of whitish colour. What we do every day with them to ensure they're nutritionally complete, we add a calcium supplement to them, and just basically it ensures that the meerkats not only get a treat in the morning, but they also get their daily ration, let's just say, of their calcium. And this is important to stop things like brittle bone disease or metabolic bone disease in them as well. And it's also fun. Rather than making life just simple for them and providing food, you know, on a plate, we try to get them doing stuff, try to get them thinking about their food, thinking about foraging, about climbing, using all their senses, using their sense of smell, their eyes, their touch, their taste, and basically bringing out sort of natural behaviours that they would obviously have as well. Whilst it mightn't be everybody's cup of tea for a breakfast, I like a nice fry myself. This certainly satisfies the needs of our meerkats. So I'm just going to go and give them a quick Scooby snack and make sure everything's okay with them. Come on! I wish I could get my children out of bed as quickly as I could get these guys out, especially on a school day. Probably a bit like myself when I get out of bed in the morning, have to rub your eyes a few times and get a cup of coffee into your system before it kicks in. Hello. What a lot of people don't sort of realise is Belfast Zoo has been here since 1934, when it was the original. People of my vintage and above will probably more fondly remember it as Bellevue Zoo. And that started off on a steep 12-acre slope just below the present zoo car park. And then in around the 1960s, there was a need to sort of try to develop the zoo into, you know, bigger enclosures, more elaborate facilities for the animals. And this is where the current zoo came into play. And the first enclosures started to be built in the 1970s, and that has went on for over 25 years. We're always trying to develop, we're always trying to improve on our facilities for not only for animals, but for our visitors and for our staff obviously here as well. But the zoo of 1934 was a different animal than, excuse the pun, than it is currently today. The old zoo was very much heavily barred concrete, lack of stimulation for the animals, small enclosures. Today's facilities that we provide for them are enriched to try to encourage behavioural enrichment, behavioural habits in the animals, to keep them stimulated, to show the animals off to the best ability. And basically we have a huge moral obligation within the zoo to do right by our animals, and that involves in every single thing we do, from the very best food that we provide for them to the level of veterinary care we provide for them, staff training, and working. A zoo today is not just about a one-man show, it's working together with other good zoos around the world. And that involves zoos not only in Ireland and Britain and Europe, much further afield. And if you go to zoos in America and Australia and the Far East, Europe, you will see animals that have been born in Belfast Zoo. And I think that's something that Belfast City Council can be very proud of, that they have a zoo with such renown, that has animals that has played a part in global conservation, and that we might be a relatively small zoo, but we definitely punch well above our weight in terms of animal welfare and animal conservation, and something that I will always be very proud of. two wonderful teenage daughters. And like most teenage girls at the minute, they're more interested in fashion and music and exams at school at the minute. They've grown up all their lives with me working in the zoo, with me keeping lots of animals at home, for example, and coming to the zoo as well. So they probably just take it for granted. It's probably like somebody's son or daughter who works in any other sphere of industry or whatever, whether it's a footballer or whatever. They're just their dad. I'm just their dad who works at the zoo with all these incredible animals. I'm going to get my ears washed here, I think, any second. He's a bit dribbly sometimes. But no, my two girls absolutely adore animals. I mean, I keep a number of snakes at home, and we have two wonderful little rescue dogs that we have that are the love of probably my wife, my two daughters' lives as our two dogs. They do love their animals, but like teenage girls, they like the cute and cuddly and the fluffies as well. But as I say, I think they have their own thing in life they want to do. Thankfully they got their mum's looks and their mum's intelligence, and they want to go on and work. Go away, you. The Jason and Kylie of the zoo world, the pair of them.
Only trouble is I'm Kylie.
Go ahead. Can you lift? Lift it. That's a cute girl. Well done, sweetheart.
It may sound a bit silly, but the first thing we had to teach her was English, because of the word of command were either in German or Hindi. It all works on what we say to them, the food reward. Dunya here is a confiscated circus elephant. She was very nervous about having a stick put near her face, because obviously she'd been beaten. So the main thing with Dunya was get her confident enough to know that she's not going to get hurt. There's going to be no physical violence done, so we don't even shout at them. And Dunya here is quite an intelligent elephant. It's like humans, you know, sometimes you get them a bit thick on it, and sometimes you get very smart ones. Dunya is an incredibly smart elephant, and it didn't take her long to realise, you know, you ain't coming in here. And when she got stressed, or when she got worked up, not understanding what we wanted her to do, she used to put her front and back feet close together, clamp her eyes tight shut, and bob. She would wait to get punished. We just opened the gate and let her out. And something as simple as allowing her to basically do what she wants to do worked.
I think the message I would like people in Belfast and Furtherfield to realise, we have a really good zoo here in the city. We've got a zoo that the council and the people of Belfast and increasingly Furtherfield can be very proud of. We have some amazing animals. We're working with global partners all over the world in conservation and research, and closer to home as well with Queen's University. Come and enjoy the site. A lot of people think zoos are only for kids. It's not, it's for everyone. The zoo's for everybody. It has been from 1934 to the height of the Troubles. It was always somewhere to come and have a great day out, to see lots of fabulous animals, be neutral, that it's somewhere for everyone, irrespective of age. So we have grandparents bringing their grandchildren here and telling them about stories about their parents bringing them to the zoo when they were little, right up to school groups coming in, right up to sort of researchers coming in. This is your zoo, Belfast. Make use out of it. It's here. Take out a membership, and then you can come 363 days of the year for very little money. Enjoy the site. Come and see it in winter, come and see it in summer. Come and speak to our staff, come and talk to us. We want you to come and see our fabulous zoo that we have right on your doorstep.